Before we dive deep into my glow up diaries, here's me a couple of months ago, and now this is me. As to how I got here, it wasn't a walk in the park. It took me days of tears, declining invitations, shying away from the world, even when I knew I was beautiful regardless. This isn't a video meant for just me, but a video for everyone who has probably lost their self-esteem, confidence and zeal to do anything because they think the acne on their face is the definition of their beauty and who they are. My name is Kiki, and this is my glow up diary.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yes, I'm good.
So, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I'm Kiki, the lifestyle, skincare, food content creator full time. I am an introvert, but my work has made me an extrovert. I like to cook, like to paint, like to sleep, and watch movies when I'm not doing anything.
Let's talk about your acne face. How did it all start? When did it begin?
So, I started getting acne when I was little, not very little, but like in SHS, after SHS university, but it wasn't severe. It was one of those things where you get like period pimples, and then it just comes and it goes, and then you have like really clear skin. But the first time I broke out was somewhere in 2021, 2022, like ending of 2022. So the thing is, I was breaking out by then, but I had a food shed, and I used to cook, and I was always by heat, and I know I'm allergic to heat. I don't like heat. So when I started breaking out by then, I just assumed that it was the heat, and I wasn't really bothered by it. The only time I became very, very bothered by it was one time when I went for a wedding, and I had done makeup to the wedding. And I noticed that I wasn't in any of the wedding pictures because I was feeling very insecure. So I was like, I told my best friend by then that I needed to do something about my skin because people were staring at me in a weird way. One thing about acne, you don't know if people are staring at you because of the acne or they're staring at you because you're pretty. So yeah, I was telling her that I was feeling very uncomfortable, so I couldn't be in any of the pictures. The next Monday, I went to a hospital to get myself treated. That was the first time I had like my biggest breakout. So at that time, when I went to the hospital, I wasn't told specifically the type of acne I had. They did test on me and everything, and they mentioned it had to do with my hormones. But they didn't tell me exactly that I had hormonal acne. I thought it was one of those things. You know when women are in their period, they get period pimples and stuff. All of those things are hormones. So I thought it was one of those things where it had to do with my hormones, but also because I was standing close to heat all the time. Because I've noticed when I stand close to fire for a long time, I break out. So it was until recently that I got to know that I actually have hormonal acne, and it's gonna go and come back.
How did you finding out that you have hormonal acne? How did it make you feel?
In 2021, when I found out that the type of acne I had is not something that could go completely, I felt broken. I got very insecure, and I felt like, why do people have like clear skin, very clear skin, and why do I have to get that type of skin? Because then my mom explained to me that that's what she was also going through when she was growing up and everything, so it's probably in my blood. Even though I was posting on social media and I was documenting the whole process, like this time around, it did limit me because there were so many times I'll get invitations to go out with my friends, go out to create content and stuff like that, and I'll just simply say no. Not because I didn't want to be there, but because I was thinking about how other people are going to feel. Because acne makes other people uncomfortable, and it's not even supposed to be like that, but because that's not something I can control. But you see other people, and the reaction they give you at first hand is like they are not comfortable with it. Some people are disgusted and things like that. So I was always thinking about how the other person is going to feel. And that's what stopped me from going out. At some points I was depressed, at some points I cried. Like I woke up and I wasn't feeling pretty. So there was this time where I had to accept myself for who I was. And I feel like at that point I was depressed because I needed validation from some people and I wasn't getting the validation. So when I got to the point where I felt like I didn't need anybody to tell me I'm still pretty and I didn't need anybody to tell me my skin was still beautiful, I got over it, like completely. And that was when I started documenting the whole process and encouraging other people. In as much as you think your skin is ugly, it is still beautiful because beneath the acne you see your skin. So when I started, so the thing is, I started breaking out this year, somewhere in April, beginning of April. But I was thinking that it's probably stress, or it's because I was doing food content consistently for that month. So I was thinking it's one of those things. But so I was using products, like I'd go to my skincare people and they would give me something to use. It got worse after they gave me a particular product I wasn't supposed to use for my skin. But because I wasn't educated enough, I didn't know. And one thing about me and my skin, I'm very patient. Even when I'm using something and I feel like it's reacting to my skin, I still use it. Because I want to know how well it's working with my skin, and I want my skin to go through the whole process before I change the product. So yeah, I started using that product. I tried a couple of other products. It wasn't working. And then I was like, you know what? I decided to speak to a friend dermatologist. He's not in Ghana anymore. And I told him, like, I was tired. Like, I wanted to get rid of the whole acne thing. So the medication I'm on right now is a very intense drug. I didn't want to get on because I saw the side effects of the medication and I had read about it and it was too intense for me. So I was like, no, I'm never going to do that. But I woke up one day and I was like, I'm done with all these products. So I threw everything away and then I spoke to the dermatologist and I told him I wanted to get on Accutane, same thing. So yeah, he prescribed it for me, went to the pharmacy to get it, and then I started.
And how has it been since you got onto it?
Accutane or Accutane has actually helped me, and it's been a smoother journey than I assumed. But that was only because I already did my purging process with the other products I was doing. So when I started Accutane, I was even telling people that my face is about to get very worse, but luckily for me, it didn't. I did Accutane for I'm doing Accutane for just 2 months now, and my face has become very smooth, as you can see. But I was thinking it was going to be very hard. But some days were pretty hard, like the purging process, but it didn't last for a very long time. But the depression bit of Accutane is actually there. Like you get very depressed, you get dry lips, you get dry skin, all of those things. They're actually there, but I think the drug has been very gentle with me than I thought it was going to be.
And do you sometimes get to a stage where you're like, oh, I can't do this again, like being on Accutane?
Yes, I do. There were nights where you don't know what's causing your mood to be like that, but you know it's there. Like your mood is fucked up, and then you don't know. Sometimes you know the cause of the medicine, and you just want it to stop, but you can't stop. You can't stop being on the drug because of the skin I want to have. So yeah, there were times where I was like, nah, I'm not taking this anymore because I have to take medicine every day. Sometimes when I skip my drugs, then it's like I'm worried. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. But I still have to continue. I'm still on Accutane. I'm still taking my drugs every day. So
would you say it's a blessing for you in a way, like coming to discover this particular drug?
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
And what would you say to other young girls, young guys out there who are probably going through a breakout just as you have been and kind of feel like, oh, they are going through the worst phase in their life? Some of them even at a certain point attribute their beauty to like how their face looks, and once they know that, oh, they are breaking out on their face, or they think that they are not beautiful, what was that one thing you tell them, or what would be the thing that you say to these people who are going through the same thing you've been through?
Okay, so I made a post on my TikTok and my Instagram, and that post made me blow up, and I still stand by it. Acne doesn't make you less pretty. It just changes your look, but it doesn't make you less pretty. And it's like art. It's like drawing something on your face to give you a different look. That's how I see acne. And day in, day out, I get messages like, you're encouraging me to live through my acne, you're inspiring me and things like that. And that's what I want to keep telling people to do. That I know how it feels like, I have been through it, probably going to go through it again. And I'm telling you that it shouldn't define who you are as a person. It shouldn't make you less pretty. It shouldn't like bring down your self-esteem. It is very hard, but it's always possible. Like you always get clear skin after some time. You just have to keep going through the process. Sometimes the process might be longer, sometimes it might be shorter. But the thing is, if you don't love your skin, who would you expect to love you? And people misinterpreted the post I made. I didn't say acne doesn't make you less pretty, so stay in it. No, that's not what I said. I said it doesn't make you less pretty, meaning that you can try to fix it, but love yourself regardless. If the fixing doesn't happen today or it doesn't happen tomorrow, you know you still love yourself. And that's what I went through. And it actually taught me how to love myself even more. And I'm really, really grateful I went through acne. Now, when I start using products, like different products, people are always asking me, aren't you scared it will come back? And I'm like, no, I'm not scared it will come back. If it comes back, I'm still going to be me. So, yeah, you might be going through the process. You might be using different things and you might not be seeing results. Don't give up because you know the type of skin you want. And no skin is perfect, actually. But you know the type of skin you want. So, in as much as you are not seeing results now, don't give up. But still love yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Because once you love yourself, it reflects on others. When you go and you're confident, like when you're in public and you're confident about yourself, people will see it. Like people know that you're confident. So they even come and give you compliments and stuff. People were telling me my skin is nice when I had acne. And that was because I was confident about my skin. So yeah, that's it. Don't look down on yourself. Because who's going to look up to you? Look on you. Look up on you. I don't know. But like yeah, don't look down on yourself. That's it.